What's up, people? I'm back. I know that I was gone for 2 weeks. I really wanted to talk about the World Cup finals, and I got kind of busy, so wasn't able to get the game done. Like I had wanted to, but we got a couple of the people we got, but pretty much from now on, it's either gonna be baseball, WNBA, and maybe a little bit of a little bit of MLS and NWLS, right? Because I'm really into soccer now, so I'm just trying to watch as many those games as possible. They do come on every once in a while. I'm gonna try to catch them as much as I can. Like I said, majority of the time though, it's probably gonna be WNBA stuff and MLB. So that's what you're gonna be what you're gonna be hearing me talk about for the majority of the time. A couple of these games we had two blowouts, right? No, three blowouts. I want to talk about the Fever versus Sun, Liberty versus Fever, and then Aces versus Fever. It's fun. It's kind of funny how all three blowouts happened with the Fever. And the thing about these blowouts, the Fever won every game. The Fever beats beats the Aces 109-75 after a great third quarter, extended their lead, to 80-64. Aces were never really able to get back into it. Right, it was a very very good first quarter. Aces were down 9, still able to get back into it, just never able to. Then we had Liberty versus Fever, where again there was a close half, just like the Aces and the Fever, and then the Fever just exploded in the second half to take over, and again the Fever versus Sun. When I watched it, it wasn't when I started watching. It was already a double-digit lead, so all the Fever had to do was just extend it and just keep the lead. So that's really what it was. We have Suns. Oh, I didn't finish. Jeez, some of these I put them on there to talk about, but I never actually got to talking about them. Probably because I fell asleep like halfway through, because I'm working and I listen to like talking. But Toronto versus New York Liberty. This was a very great game for me. This was a very great game that I watched. The Toronto Tempo, and the New York Liberty, but two good teams. It looked like the Tempo were gonna run away with this, because in the third quarter, heading into the fourth, it was 80-64, right? And I'm thinking, okay, double digit lead, Liberty, they're gonna be cooked, right? But no, Liberty fought back and then were able to even get it within possession, and even at one point they did end up tying the game, right? So even though they did not win, they showed that fight and were able to get back into it. And they did have a chance to win, but they just never were able to capitalize. So it's a lot of Fever games. I'm gonna say this. There's two more Fever games. There's Fever versus Valkyrie. So the Fever and Valkyrie, Valkyries would extend their lead, would lead 40-38 at half, right? They would extend their lead in the third quarter. No, that's what I'm looking Fever, right? The Fever never really went away. They never really went away in this game until like the fourth quarter, right? The Fever were able to bring it down to a one-score game, but Valkyrie's lead brought the lead back up to 7, heading into the fourth. It was 58-51, right? Then Valkyries would go and bring their lead back up to double digits. But like I said, the Fever not really going away. In the fourth quarter, they did bring it within single digits. Now the Fever weren't able to take the lead or win the game, with the Valkyries winning 88-75. But they did give the Valkyries a little scare there. Now We've got the last Fever game, and it's against the up and coming Storm. Now the Storm are not a very good team from well, not that they're bad, but it's just like they have a lot of young players, so they're not they're gonna get there eventually. I would say look out the next couple of years for the Storm, right? So very dominant first quarter by the Fever. Get out to an early lead, 37-26, right? And then the Fever would continue that momentum and extend the lead heading into the second, right? Into the second. Storm would show a little fight, they'll make a comeback and then cut the lead down to 59-56 in going into the half, right? Storm continue to fight. They would even take the lead in the third quarter and would go up 88-82 heading into the fourth. But the Fever, they got Caitlin Clark, they got Aaliyah Boston, they got Kelsey Mitchell, just all of them loses 2 months for the Storm, and the Fever would end up winning 110-107. Now, the last three little things I want to talk about. First, Mariners versus Giants, right? It's kind of a boring game heading into seventh. It's going to be a Giants win, right? It's 3-0 heading into the seventh, right? But the Mariners scored 3 runs in the seventh to then tie it up heading into the eighth, 3-3, right? You were tied 3-3 at the end of the ninth. You went to extra innings. The Mariners win in the 10th inning to make the comeback victory. And as a Giants fan, I'm like, if I was a Giants fan, I'd be pissed because I'm like, how do you have a chance to win? All you need to do is just get a few more runs. And I mean, baseball is not a very easy game to score runs in because it's all about where the ball goes. Because yeah, you can hit the ball hard, but will the ball go up in the air or will it go on the ground? Because that's just really what it is. It's a very unlucky sport. You just gotta get very lucky. So I feel like baseball is one of the more you just gotta be lucky kind of sports. Because yes, you can time it. You can time the hit right. You can swing with all power, but there's no telling where that ball is gonna go. You know what I mean? Like it could go over the wall, or it could be a simple pop fly, and it's all just where the ball goes and how you like. I mean, it also does hit. It doesn't matter where you hit the ball as well, because if you're over the top of it, it's probably gonna be a ground ball or whatever. But that's the big point, right? Then the last two things, right? We have the World Cup third place match, right? And it's England versus France. Now, if England play like this against Argentina, we're looking at a completely different thing. England. Who knew that if you continue to put pressure on after you score a goal, you can score more goals? Who knew? Because that's what they did. That's what England did. They battled off 4 goals in the first half. 4 goals in the first half, right? And I'm like thinking, fantastic, But if England doesn't park the bus, maybe they do beat Argentina, But I don't understand this whole parking the bus thing. Like I don't get what's the whole big deal about it. Like yeah, you scored, but now you're just playing real defensively. You're not really giving yourself any chances to score even more goals. It's more so detrimental to you than it is to the other team because you're giving them more and more chances to score, and eventually, they're gonna score. So I don't understand why you would park the bus in a world not even like if this is a group stages, okay, that'd be a little bit different because you have a little leeway, right? It's the group stages, you know what I mean? But you're late in the World Cup, right? You're in the Final Four, right? Why would you park the bus in the Final Four? That doesn't make sense, right? And what happened when England didn't park the bus? They won. They scored 4 goals in the first half. Yes, France did come back and they scored 4 goals of their own, but England was able to win. They scored 2 more goals in the second half to win 6-4. This was a crazy game though. Cause I'm thinking, oh, England's gonna run away with this. It's 4-0, 4-0. You know, France is not gonna come back. France starts coming back. I'm like, oh, it's going down, man. I'm like, oh crap. You know, this is getting a little serious now. I'm thinking, okay, England might have just sold. England might have just sold again, but luckily they didn't. You know, so good job on England. You know, it's coming home. The third place trophy is coming home. You know. Anyways, moving on. World Cup finale. Before I get into it, I just want to say I thoroughly enjoyed the World Cup, whether I had a dog in the race, USA, or not. I've thoroughly enjoyed my time. I really enjoyed seeing all these different teams, you know, rooting for the underdogs and everything like that. I had a really amazing time. I really enjoyed it, and I hope that I can watch the Women's World Cup that's coming next year. I'm very excited about that. So yeah, I'm definitely a certified soccer fan. I'm never gonna have a team. I don't think I'm gonna have a team because that's something that needs to be built up at a young age, I feel like. And so, but yeah, I'm a fan of soccer, or football, if you will. Moving on, we've got Argentina versus Spain. Spain was suffocating. Argentina didn't get a shot on goal like the whole 90 minutes of the game, I believe. And Spain was getting shot after shot after shot after shot after shot. But Martinez for Argentina, right? I don't know why I said for Argentina. He was a dog. I think he now holds the World Cup record for most saves in a game, in a World Cup final game or something like that. Or some saving record, right? It was crazy. And like every time they kicked it, boom, boom, boom. Like he was gassing. I'm like, this man is cheating. Even when goal, I think there was one goal where he was kind of like over here, right? He was on the right hand side of the goal, like right in the top right corner of the goal, and the dude came from his left, right? He was on the left hand side of the field, right? So he's looking straight at Martinez, right? He kicks it like over to where Martinez isn't, and Martinez still was able to, he still got over there. I'm like, no. And then there was a goal where I think they snuck past him, but then it was called for offside. It was a goal where he got past him, booted it in. I'm thinking, oh, that's over. That's game over because Argentina had been able to get a shot on goal. Turns out he was offside. I'm like, oh my goodness. Argentina survives. And I'm starting to think, I'm like, Argentina might actually just pull this off. So I'm like, Spain's getting all these shots on goal, but nothing's working. But mind you, Argentina still hadn't had a shot on goal that whole time. But I'm thinking, okay, it might be over. They might actually just pull something out of the hat. Like they might pull the rabbit out of the hat or something. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking, okay, this could be bad. And then so we go into overtime, right? We go into extra innings. Not extra innings. What is it? We go into extra time, right? We don't score, right? So then we go into more extra time, like it's basically like a 30-minute period, right? First 15 minutes, no one scores, right? I think Argentina might have gotten their first shot on goal at that point, right? I think they got a couple of shots on goal at that point. Spain still getting their shots on goals and stuff like that. Oh no, no. Argentina didn't get a single shot on goal at all. Okay, never mind. I thought that. Yeah, no, Argentina didn't get a shot on goal at all in that game. I thought they got more. Never mind. I thought two shots on goals. But never mind, apparently they didn't. But Argentina still not be able to get anything. Spain still getting a couple shots on goal. Nothing's working. And then they go into the next 15 minutes after a little halftime break. And Ferran Torres in the 105th minute, scores for Spain, bro. And now me, I want to see Spain win. Because I'm like everyone, because I had a friend who was going for Argentina, and I was going for Spain, right? And when Ferran Torres scored, I was like, oh, they did it. Because like I said, they've been getting so many, there were so many good shots on goals that they had, but Martinez was just a dog, bro. Martinez was like, huh, 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 just blocking everything like an octopus. And then when Ferran Torres finally get it out the net, son. Oh my goodness, I was hyped, man. I ain't been this hyped over the last time I remember watching the World Cup between Argentina and France, right? I was hyped for that, but this is like a different level of hype, man. I was like, yo, they finally did it. Like they finally got past Martinez. Cause I'm thinking, oh, this might go into penalty kicks. All right. So I'm thinking this might go into penalty kicks because Martinez is blocking everything. But they finally got past them, man. And, congrats to Spain. You won the World Cup for the first time since 2010. Congratulations to me, Yamal. Congrats to Ferran Torres, Rodri, Cuciella, or Cucella. However you pronounce the name. Congrats to everyone on the team, the managers, or your fans. Congrats. It was a really fun World Cup. I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait for the next one. Well, that'll do it for today's episode. I'm Chase Jones, and I will see y'all next time.